Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. With our main topic today. We are discussing now the latest developments in Gaza Strip and the Palestinian territories. And we have the pleasure to have with us over the phone our dear guest, His Excellency Ambassador Rakha Hassan, former Assistant Foreign Minister. Good morning, Your Excellency.
Good morning to you and to the audience.
Your Excellency, give us an idea about the latest developments in the Gaza Strip, and especially as in Bethlehem and in Jerusalem, all the celebrations that was usually held every year was nearly cancelled.
Yes, all the people in Palestine, whether in Gaza Strip or in the Western Bank, they are very sad and disappointed about what is going on in Gaza Strip by the Israeli forcing, bombarding the population every day and killing tens or hundreds of people every day.
Yes.
So it was not acceptable to celebrate while their brothers and sisters and the children are killed by the Israeli occupation forces. So they make it very sad and representing the mood prevailing in all Palestinian territories. And they make the Christmas tree out of the stones representing or symbolizing the destructed buildings in the Gaza Strip. And there was no sign of any celebration. Last year or the years before, it was a big celebration, and fighting people from other countries and the neighboring countries. And all the Christian Palestinians, they go to Bethlehem to celebrate this occasion. But this year, it was very sad and, very gloomy.
Yes, Your Excellency, Ambassador Hassan, yesterday also, because it's the Christmas Eve, all the celebrations were cancelled, and in this occasion, Israel occupation troops have intensified the strikes and the raids over the Palestinian territories. And the health ministry of Palestinian health ministry said that nearly 78 were dead, killed yesterday in the Christmas Eve. So what is the message that Israel is trying to send behind the intensified strikes in the Christmas Eve?
In fact, Israel considers itself is above the law, above the international humanitarian law, and above the United Nations, including the Security Council. And I think mainly it is because the United States of America is supporting Israel and participating partially with Israel in this war. And they were very secure when the United States of America prevented to issue an effective and good resolution to stop this devastating war, and insisted for 10 times for negotiations to change the main effective point in the resolution.
Yes.
No ceasefire was mentioned, and also...
Yes, that's a very important point that you are raising now, that the UN Security Council have passed the resolution without calling on a ceasefire or for a ceasefire.
Yes, not only that, because at the beginning it was a complete ceasefire, and then they amended the draft to make it as a temporary or a pause of fire. And the states didn't accept that. And there was also very important thing in the draft resolution. It was to establish a mechanism for monitoring and expediting the entering of the humanitarian assistance to the Palestinians.
Yes.
And this was mentioned in the draft resolution for 1 year, and with enough personnel to monitor all the entrances to Gaza Strip by sea, road, or air. But they canceled it completely, and they replaced it by just an observer. So it is really very bad that the United States of America it doesn't have the will to help the Palestinians and to stop this killing of the children and the women, and to stop the Israelis from their crimes every day. They commit crime, humanitarian crime, and also war crimes every day.
Yes, so Your Excellency, Ambassador Hassan, every time there was a resolution for a ceasefire, the United States vetoes it. So this time, why didn't the United States veto that resolution as it did before in the previous ones? Is it because, for example, because of the pressure that it's the whole world and the people, even people in the United States and the protests that is going on in the United States and in Washington is pressing on the United States?
Yes, there's many differences among the officials of the United States, whether in the White House and the State Department. In the public opinion, if they are afraid that Israel will not be acceptable internationally by the public opinion because they are committing a crime has not happened before. But unfortunately, the United States is complying completely with Israeli leaders. They will continue war. And they think until they, broke the military forces of the Palestinian resistance, particularly Hamas, and to ousted them from the Gaza Strip. This is unrealistic. This is something beyond the possibility of realizing, and many American leaders and politicians and experts say this is impossible to achieve it. We hope that this, after now 80 days of war and the Israeli, with its own forces, failed to achieve any of the objectives they declared before starting the war. So they have to realize that they have to stop war and to start negotiations. First, for the exchange of war prisoners and the detainees in two sides, and then start negotiating what will be the day after. So in the short run, who will be governing the Gaza Strip and the West Bank and the East Jerusalem, and then later on to put an executive plan for the establishing a Palestinian state according to all the references internationally and the agreements between Israel and the Palestinians themselves, and the Israelis, they are not respecting it.
Yes, yes. So, Your Excellency, Ambassador Hassan, also the resolution, do you consider this resolution as a kind, a strong step, giving a glimmer of hope in the Palestinian suffering?
Well, we can consider it a positive step in the direction of providing the Gaza Strip with whole humanitarian necessities, food, fuel, medicine, medical equipment, with enough quantities to meet the needs of the people, because now there is the catastrophic situation in the Gaza Strip. So it is a good step, but how to implement it while the Israelis are attacking everywhere in Gaza Strip? So it is a contradiction between the aim of the resolution to expedite and to increase the amounts of the food and the fuel and the medicine getting into Gaza every day, and on the other hand, the Israelis are bombarding every part in Gaza Strip, so the people cannot enter and cannot work.
Yes. So, Your Excellency, Ambassador Hassan, what would drive the Israeli side to put an end for, or to start a truce and to sit on the negotiation table? The only truce that took place a month ago, it collapsed after 1 week. So despite the pressure that the Israeli citizens are making protests in order to get back the hostages that are taken by Hamas, despite the pressure and despite that Israeli troops have mistakenly killed 3 Israeli hostages last week. So what is needed more to for Israel to start serious negotiations concerning a truce?
I think the Israelis have to get out of the shock they have since the 7th of last October, and also that to stop the Prime Minister, Mr. Netanyahu, and the Defense Minister, Gallant, for mixing between the war to revenge what happened on the 7th of October and to defend themselves, because they are realizing that as soon as the war has stopped, they will be ousted of power. So the Prime Minister himself is in a problem, in a personal problem. And many Israeli leaders asked to get him out of the power and to replace him with another person to look to the facts, to the realities, and to the hostile public opinion internationally against the Israeli war and the Israeli action.
Yes.
So if they realize that, whether by ousting Prime Minister Netanyahu, this is difficult now, because many Israelis, I mean, according to the polls of opinion, the majority of the Israelis wanted the war to continue. But when it comes to the reality, and they found that it is useless to continue this war, and they are creating more, hatred and the feeling of disappointment among the Palestinians, so they will be more violent in the future against them. If they realize that, I think they will come to rationality and to stay to negotiations and to establish a Palestinian state and to live together and to cooperate together.
Yes, so Your Excellency, Ambassador Hassan, now the solution of 2 states did not witness any progress through the past 30 years. So what do we expect concerning this solution of 2 states after this deteriorated situation between the 2 sides nowadays?
Well, it could be done by the regional power and the international big powers, particularly the United States of America, if it is willing really to establish a Palestinian state. This is according to the international law. Yes. And according to the advisory opinion of the International Court of Justice, that all the settlements, Israeli settlements on the West Bank are illegal, and they have to be delivered to the Palestinians, and the people there to choose whether to live under the Palestinian Authority or to leave to Israel, and yes, to establish the state, because this is what is agreed upon in the Oslo agreement between the yes, the Palestinians and the Israelis. Yes. And to put a plan with a timetable, because leaving the matter to the Israelis to every time to just to waste time and to expand the settlements and to change the cultural and the population nature of the East Jerusalem, it will never come to establish a Palestinian state.
Yes, Your Excellency Ambassador Hassan, why is Israel not abiding by any international law?
For two reasons, or more than two reasons. First, because the Arab countries are divided among themselves. There is no regional pressure upon Israel, and the punishment as a occupation state. Because now we are facing Israel as occupation state. We recognize Israel. We held the peace agreements with Israel, and all the Arab countries are accepting Israel. But on the other hand, Israel is aggressive, threatening the stability and the peace in the area, and even threatening by using atomic power. So if Israel is not punished, they will continue. This is one thing. The other thing, the situation of the United States of America, it is a very skeptical situation. They talk about two states, and at the same time they support Israel to make it possible to establish a Palestinian state.
Yes.
The third thing, that the Palestinians themselves, they have to get united together until they have their own state, and they can differ and they struggle among themselves. But now they have to get together, Hamas, the PLO, and also the Islamic Jihad movement.
Yes, I thank you very much for your time. Thank you for your valuable information, Your Excellency Ambassador Rakha Hassan, former Assistant Foreign Minister. I really had the pleasure to have this phone with you. Ladies and gentlemen, a short break and I'm going to be back with you.